Hello everyone. In this video, we will solve the complete quantitative aptitude section of KEA MBA PG Set 2024 with clear explanations and smart shortcuts. Let's crack it together. The sum of the squares of three consecutive odd numbers is 2531. The numbers are. Students, just see the options carefully. See, the paper setter is so good at framing the questions, but he's so lazy in giving the options. Just go through the options. What he has told, three consecutive odd numbers. Option A, 27, 29, 31. Yes, it's a consecutive odd numbers, right? What about option B, 28, 30, 32? It's a even numbers. So this is not our answer. 29, 30, 31. So 30 is an even number. So this will also not be our answer. 29, 31, 32. Again, 32 is an even number. So this is also not our answer. Therefore, our answer will be what? Option A, 27, 29, 31. See, we didn't even find the squares of the numbers, neither we have added the values also, right? So just in 5 to 10 seconds, we got this answer. Okay. A sum of rupees 800 amounts to rupees 920 in 3 years at simple interest. What would be the amount if interest rate is increased by 3%? So let us understand this concept with an example. Let us suppose that the principal amount is 1000 rupees. Okay. And the rate of interest is 10%. So what happens in the first year? First year, 10% will be charged on the principal amount, which is 1000. So the interest will be how much? 100 rupees. Second year, again 10% interest will be charged on same 1000 rupees only, because this is a simple interest case. So in simple interest, always interest will be charged on the same principal amount throughout the years. Okay. So again 10% of 1000 is 100. Third year also 10% interest will be charged on 1000, which is again 100. So always remember, in case of simple interest, always the interest amount will be same throughout the years. First year also 100, second year also it is 100, third year also it is 100. So it is always equal. Remember this point. Okay. Interest will be equal throughout the years. Suppose 4 years is given, for every 4 years the interest amount will be same. Okay. Hence the amount will become how much? Total amount will become 1300 here. Now let us suppose interest is increased by 3%. Then 10 will become 13%. Correct? Then what would be the amount? So basically what we are doing, we are increasing by 3%, right? We are just increasing by 3% every year. Correct? So 3%, 3%, 3% together is equals to how much? Total 9%. 9% of 1000 is how much? 9% of 1000 is 90 rupees. So 90 rupees increase will happen. 90 rupees increase will happen. So amount will become 1390. That's it. You don't need to find 13% value. Okay, because see 10 plus 10 plus 10, it's already 30% value. 30% of 1000 is 300. Now it is increased by 3%, means 3% for 3 years is equals to 9%. 9% of 1000 is 90. So plus you have to do 9% here. So 39% value you will get, which is equals to 390. That's it. Okay. So the same thing you have to do here. So principal amount is given, which is 800. Okay. So principal amount is 800. How to solve this quickly? In 3 years, it will sum up to 920 rupees. Okay. First year, second year, third year, interest will be added. So total amount will become 920 in 3 years. So what would be the amount if interest rate is increased by 3%? See, increased by 3% means what you have to do? Basically, first year also it will increase by 3%. Second year also 3% increase. Third year also 3% increase. Together how much? Together it is 9% increase. So 9% of 800. 9% of 800 will be how much? The 1% value is 8. 9% value will be 9 8 is 72. 72 rupees increase will happen. Okay. 72 rupees increase will happen. Then therefore your total amount will become how much? 920 plus 72, which is 992. So option C is the answer. Got it? So therefore what we have done here basically is just a one step process. Okay, so what we have done, 3% increase they have told. This is simple interest case. 3% increase for 3 years will become 9% increase. 9% is always calculated on the principal amount. 9% of 800, 9% of 800 is 72. So amount will increase by 72 rupees. So therefore total amount will become 920 plus 72, 992. The perimeter of two squares are 40 centimeter and 32 centimeter. The perimeter of a third square whose area is equal to the difference of the areas of the two squares is. Let us take the two squares. So what is perimeter? Perimeter is nothing but the sum of the sides of the square. Let's say the side of the square is a centimeter. So therefore in this case, what will be the perimeter? Perimeter will be 4a, sum of all the sides, a plus a plus a plus a. That is equals to 40. So another square, let's say it has, the side is b centimeter. So therefore perimeter will become 4b, which is equals to 32. Hence you will get the sides of first and the second squares respectively. A here is 10 centimeter, 40 upon 4. B here is 32 by 4, which is 8 centimeter, right? So now what they told, find the perimeter of the third square. Okay, perimeter of the third square whose area, okay, whose area is equal to the difference of the areas of the two squares. See, let's say this third square has a side of 3 centimeters. Okay, then what is given? Perimeter of a third square whose area, means what is the area of the square? That is side square, whose area is equal to the difference of the areas of the two squares. That is c square, area of this third square is c square, is equals to the difference of the areas of the two squares. That is areas of the first square is a square, area of the second square is b square. So therefore c square will be equals to what? A square, that is area of the first square is 10 square, 100, and area of the second square b square, which is 8 square, that is equals to 64. So c square is equals to 100 minus 64, that is 36. Therefore c is equals to root of 36, which is 6. So that means you got the sides of this third square, that is 6 centimeter. Okay, 6 centimeter. Now you have to find the perimeter of a third square. So perimeter means it is sum of all the sides. So that is 4 into c, which is 4 into 6, 24 centimeter. Mr. Jones gave 40% of the money he had to his wife. He also gave 20% of the remaining amount to each of his 3 sons. Half of the amount now left was spent on miscellaneous items, and the remaining amount of rupees 12,000 was deposited in the bank. What amount of money did Mr. Jones have initially? So let us assume a number, that suppose that Mr. Jones had 1,000 rupees. Okay, this is, we are assuming he had 1,000 rupees. Now in this 1,000 rupees, 40% of the money he had, he gave it to his wife. Okay, so 40% of 1,000 is 400. So 400 rupees he has given it to his wife. Then he also gave 20% of the remaining amount to each of his 3 sons. Remaining amount is how much? Remaining amount is 600 now. In this 600, 20% of the remaining amount to each of his 3 sons. 20% of 600 is how much? 20% of 600 is 120, right? So that 120 rupees he gave to his sons. 120 rupees he gave to his 3 sons. Understood? 20% of the remaining amount to each of his 3 sons. So 120, 120, 120. So total 360 rupees is gone now, right? What is the remaining amount now? So this is given to his sons. Now remaining amount 600 minus 360, which is 240 rupees or 240 units, you can say. So in this 240, half of the amount now left was spent on miscellaneous items. Half of this 240 is 120 is spent on miscellaneous items. And the remaining amount, so remaining amount is how much? 240 minus 120 is 120. Okay. Remaining amount of rupees 12,000 was deposited in the bank. So they gave the actual value. But what we got in terms of unit here? 120. So this value he deposited in the bank, that is this 120 unit is equals to 12,000. Okay. So what amount of money did Mr. Jones have initially? So what was our assumption? Our assumption was 1000. So therefore 1000 unit value is equals to how much? Cross multiply. So 12,000 into 1000 divided by 120. So 121 times 120, 100 times. So 100 into 1000 is how much? 1 lakh rupees. So the answer is option A. Two pipes can fill a tank in 10 hours and 12 hours respectively, while a third pipe empties the full tank in 20 hours. If all the three pipes operate simultaneously, what is the time required to fill the tank? So two pipes A and B, time taken to fill the tank is, you have to write it like this. Okay, so this is how we solve this kind of a question. This is a way of writing. Time taken is 10 hours, time taken by pipe B is 12 hours, while a third pipe, so there is a third pipe which is C, but this pipe empties the full tank in 20 hours. So that means it is doing negative work. These are doing positive work. It is filling a tank in 10 hours and pipe B is filling a tank in 12 hours and pipe C is emptying the tank, full tank in 20 hours. Okay. So first find the capacity of the tank. So how to find the capacity of the tank? Capacity or the work done, you can say. So how to find it? Take the LCM of this 10, 12 and 20. LCM is 60. Okay. Then now you can find the efficiency of each pipe. Efficiency of each pipe, which means in 1 hour, what is the work done? Efficiency is what? Work done in 1 hour. See, in 10 hours, this pipe A can fill this tank completely. Okay. So therefore, in 1 hour, how many units of water is filled? That is what called as efficiency. Okay. How to find efficiency? Work done upon time. 60 by 10. 60 upon 10 is 6. 60 upon 12 is 5. And 60 upon 20 is 3, which is minus 3. Which means what? Pipe A fills 6 unit of water in 1 hour. So therefore it takes 10 hours to fill the tank completely. 1 hour 6 unit means 10 hours 60 units. Similarly, pipe B, in 1 hour it will fill 5 units. So in 12 hours, 12 into 5, 60 unit is filled. Similarly, pipe C, in 1 hour it empties 3 units. Okay. In 1 hour it empties 3 units. Therefore, in 20 hours, 20 into 3, 60 unit is emptied. Whole tank is emptied. Okay. Now, if all three pipes operate simultaneously, which means pipe A, B, C, all three pipes are open, then what happens? Pipe A will fill 6 unit of water. Pipe B will fill 5 unit of water. So 11 unit is filled. But what does pipe C will do? It will remove 3 liters of water in that 1 hour. So 11 minus 3, 8. So basically in 1 hour, 8 unit of tank is filled. 6 unit plus 5 unit 11, 11 minus 3, 8 unit of water is filled in 1 hour. Okay. So time required to fill the tank will be how much now? Therefore time is what? Work upon efficiency. Work is what? 60 divided by efficiency is now what? Efficiency is 8. 60 upon 8. 4 to the 8. 4 15 times 15 upon 2 is 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours means what? 7.5 hours. That is 7 hours 30 minutes. Option A is the right answer. What will come in the place of question mark in the following question? So let us solve 120 minus 22 into, so 6 divided by 2 is 3 divided by 1 by 4 of 256 divided by 16 plus 2. So now in the numerator is equals to what? 22 3s are 66. So 120 minus 66 divided by, so cancel this, 4 1s are 4 6 are 24, 4 4s are 16, and 16 1 times 16 4s are 64. 4 plus 2, 4 plus 2. 120 minus 66 is 54 divided by 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 1 times 6 9s are 54. Option A. There are 50 students in a class. Some can speak only English and some can speak only Hindi. 10 students can speak both Hindi and English. If the number of students who can speak English is 21, then how many students can speak Hindi, and how many students can speak only Hindi, and how many students can speak only English? Okay, so there are two languages, English and Hindi. Will represent it by a Venn diagram. Okay, so English and Hindi. Now, total number of students in a class are 50. Total students are 50. Among them, some can speak only English. Only English means what? This portion. Okay, so this is only English. Some can speak only Hindi. Only Hindi is this portion. 10 students can speak both Hindi and English. So 10 students can speak Hindi and English. If the number of students who can speak English is 21, who can speak English is 21. In that 21, 10 students speak English as well as Hindi. So therefore, only English speaking people will become how much? Only English speaking people will be 21 minus 10, which is 11. Okay. And you know that total number of students are 50. That means the students who are speaking only English plus students who are speaking only Hindi, this portion, plus students who speak both English plus Hindi is equals to 50, right? You know that only English speaking are 11. Both English and Hindi are 10. So which is 21 students are there, right? So therefore, only Hindi speaking people will become how much? Only Hindi speaking people will become 50 minus 21, which is 29. Got it? So if you sum all this, you should get 50. So you know you got only English speaking people 11, only Hindi speaking students 29, and both are 10. So now how many students can speak Hindi? How many students can speak Hindi? Hindi means Hindi, only Hindi plus students speaking Hindi as well as English. So 29 plus 10, which is 39, right? And how many students can speak only Hindi? 29. And how many students can speak only English? 11. So 39, 29 and 11. Option A is the answer. Peter can cover a certain distance in 1 hour 24 minutes by covering 2/3 of the distance at 4 km per hour and the rest at 5 km per hour. The total distance is, so you know the formula, that is speed is equals to distance over time, right? Speed is equals to distance over time. Now, what is given? Peter can cover a certain distance in 1 hour 24 minutes. He is covering 2/3 of a distance at 4 km per hour and the rest at 5 km per hour. So 2/3 is given, right? So 2/3 is covering at 4 km per hour. So let us assume the total distance is 3x. Total distance is 3x kilometers. 2/3 of 3x will become how much? 2x. 2 by 3 of 3x is 2x, and the remaining is x, right? What they told, so this 2/3 of the distance he is covering at the speed of 4 km per hour, while this remaining, that is x kilometer, he is covering at the speed of 5 km per hour. What is total time taken? Total time taken is 1 hour 24 minutes. 1 hour 24 minutes, convert this 24 minutes into hours. So 24 upon 60, which is 12 2 is 24, 12 5 is 60, 1 2 by 5, which is 7 by 5 hours. 7 by 5 hours. Okay, so this is the total time taken. So you know that time is equals to what? Since speed is equals to distance over time, time will become distance upon speed. So in the first case, he is covering 2/3 of the distance, that is 2x kilometer, right? At the speed of 4 kilometer per hour, right? Distance upon speed plus remaining distance is x kilometer in the speed of 5 kilometer per hour. So therefore total time taken, this is time, right? This is also time. Time is equals to distance upon speed, distance upon speed. So total time taken is how much? 7 by 5. Now solve this. 4 and 5 LCM is 20, right? 4 5s are 20, so 5 2s are 10x plus 5 4s are 20, so 4x is equals to 7 upon 5. So 5 1 times, 5 4 times. Therefore 10 plus 4 is 14x is equals to 7 4s are 28. X value is 2. So therefore total distance is 3x, hence 3x is equals to 3 into 2, which is 6 kilometer. Option D. The bar graph shows the percentage distribution of total expenditure of a company under various expenses heads during 2003. What is the ratio of the total expenditure on infrastructure and transport to the total expenditure on taxes and interest? See, you have to find the ratio of infra and transport. Okay, infra and transport to what? To the total expenditure on taxes and interest on loans. So what is the expenditure on infrastructure? It is 20 plus expenditure on transport is 12.5 to the ratio. Taxes, it is how much? 10 plus interest on loans is 17.5. So this is 32.5 ratio 27.5. You can remove this decimals and you can look it as 325 and 275 also. So basically you have to find the ratio, right? Cancel whichever is common here. Now if you cancel by 5, how much you get? 5 6 are 30, 5 5s are 25, ratio 5 5s are 25 and 5 5s are 25, 65 ratio 55. Further you can divide by 5, 5 13 times, 5 11 times. So the answer is option D, 13 ratio 11. A student got twice as many questions wrong as he got right. If he attempted 48 questions in all, how many did he answer correctly? See, what they are telling here is, suppose if a student answered one question correctly, if he answered one question correctly, then he answered two questions wrong. Okay, so two questions he answered wrong if he answered one question correctly. Okay, so that means if 1x number of questions he answered correctly, then 2x number of questions he answered wrong. That is what it is. A student got twice as many questions wrong as he got right. If he attempted 48 questions in all, that means total questions is how much? Total number of questions he attempted is 48. That is, number of questions he answered correctly plus number of questions he answered wrong is equals to 48. So 3x value is 48. X value is 48 upon 3, which is 16. So how many questions did he answer correctly? So how many questions he answered correctly? So 1x, which means x value is 16. Option D. The pie chart given below gives the distribution of land in a village under various food crops. Which combination of three crops contribute to 50% of the total area under the food crops? Now, this is given in terms of degrees. Okay, so since you know that in a circle, the total angle will be what? Total angle is 360 degree, and total percentage will become what? 100%. Therefore, 360 degree is equals to 100%. 360 degree is equals to 100%. Therefore, 1 degree is equals to what? 100 upon 360. 1 degree is 100 upon 360. Therefore, now you can find the percentage value for all of this. That is 72 degree will become what? 72 degree will become 100 upon 360 into 72. So 0, 0 get cancels, 36 1 times, 36 2s are 10 2s are 20. Okay, so 72 degree is 20%. Understood? 72 degrees 20%. Now remaining, so which is 72 degree here? Wheat. So you can say wheat is 20%, and also rice is 72 degree, that is 20%. You can say 36 degree. See, 72 degrees 20% means 36 degree will be what? Half of this, that is 10%. So 10%. If you see, you got the answer, I think here, 20 plus 20 plus 10, that is 50. Check whether wheat, rice and barley is in the options. Wheat, rice, barley, yes. So wheat, rice, barley is in the options. So it has to sum up to 50%. Which combination of three crops contribute to 50%? So wheat plus rice plus barley. So that is 10%. The rest you can still find the values here. The 36 degree is 10%. Therefore 18 degree will become what? Half of 36, which is 5%. Correct? So jowar is 5%. Bajra is also 5%. Maize and others. Okay. Now you know 1 degree is what? 100 upon 360. So therefore 45 degree will become into 45. So 0 0 get cancels. 9 5s are 45, 9 4s are 36, 10 5s are 50, 50 upon 4. 50 upon 4 will be what? 12.5%. So maize is 12.5%. What about others? It is 100 upon 360 into 99. Okay. So 9 11 times 9 4s are 36. Therefore 11 10s are 110 divided by 4, which is 4 2s are 8, 4 8s, 4 7s are 28.5, 27.5 degree. Okay. So 27.5%. So by this you can find the percentage value. But what was the question asked? Combination of three crops should contribute to 50%. So you should see here, like, combination of which of the three crops will give you 50. So you got the answer, that is wheat, barley and rice. What will come in the place of question mark in the equation? 38 square plus 63 square plus x square is equals to 6089. 38 square, it is 1444 plus 63 square. So 63 square is 3969 plus x square is equals to 6089. So therefore x square is equals to 6089 minus 3969 minus 1444. Okay. So now 6089 minus 3969 will be how much? 9 minus 9 is 0, 8 minus 6 is 2, 10 minus 9 is 1, and 5 minus 3 is 2, minus 1444. So that is equals to 10 minus 4 is 6, 11 minus 4 is 7, and then 10 minus 4 is again 6. So 676, x square is 676, x is equals to root of 676. So root of 676 is what? 26. Option A. The average of 25 results is 18. The average of the first 12 of them is 14 and that of the last 12 is 17. What is the 13th result? See, a very simple question. You know that average is equals to what? Average is equals to sum upon n. That is, n is what? N is the total numbers. Now, average of 25 results. N value is given, which is 25. So the average is 18. So average is 18. By this you can find the total sum. Sum of all the 25 results will be what? That will be 18 into 25. Average into N. So 18 into 25 is 450. Got it. Now, average of the first 12 of them. See, there are total 25 results they told. In that, the average of the first 12 is 14 and that of the last 12 is 17. Right? So they asked us to find the 13th result. How you can find? You know that total sum is equals to 450. From this 450, if you subtract the sum of first 12 and the sum of last 12 results, you will get the 13th result. Correct? Now what is the sum of the first 12 result? Sum will be average into N, which is 14 into 12, that is 168. Here, so you don't know what is the 13th result, right? So that will be X. Then sum of the last 12 results, which is 17 into 12, it is 204. So that is equals to 450. Now 168 plus 204. 168 plus 200 is 368 plus 4 is 372. So therefore X is equals to 450 minus 372. So if you subtract 10 minus 2 is 8, 14 minus 7 is 7. So the answer, that is X, is equals to 78. A dealer sold 3/4 of his articles at a gain of 20% and the remaining at cost price. What is the gain earned by him in the whole transaction? Okay, so let us suppose that there are 400 articles. Why I am considering it as 400 and how? See, here it is given 3/4, right? So I need to cancel the number by 4. Okay, I have to choose such a number that it has to be cancelled by 4 and it has to be in hundreds. So if it is in hundreds, then it will become very easy to solve. So therefore, I am considering it as total number of articles is 400 and that one article is equals to 1 rupee. So 400 articles will cost how much? 400 rupees. That is the cost price. Okay, total cost price is 400 rupees. Remember. Now, he is selling 3/4 of his articles. Out of 400, 3/4 of 400 means how much? 300 articles. At a gain of 20%. So 300 articles, what is the cost price? One article 1 rupee, 300 article 300 rupees. But he is selling it at 20% profit. So 20% of 300 is 60 rupees, right? So 20% of 300 is 60. So he is selling it at 360 rupees. He is selling the articles at 360 rupees. Remaining article is how much? 100. So remaining, he is selling it at the cost price only. 100 article selling price will become how much? 100 rupees. One article is 1 rupee, so 100 article is 100 rupees. So therefore total selling price will become how much? 360 plus 100, 460 rupees. Now what is the gain earned by him in the whole transaction? In the whole transaction, total cost price, initial cost price was 400, final selling price is 460. What is the profit earned? Profit earned is 60 rupees of the cost price. Cost price is how much? 400 into 100. So 0, 0 get cancels. 4 1 times, 4 15 times. The answer is option B, 15%. 20 square is 400 minus root of 324, which is 18. So 400 minus 18 is 382. Option C is the answer. Easy question. The following line graph gives the annual percent profit earned by a company during the period 1995 to 2000. If the income in 1998 was rupees 264 crores, what was the expenditure in 1998? So, what is income? Income is equals to expenditure plus profit, you can say. Okay, income is nothing but expenditure plus profit. Income in 1998 was 264 crores. And in 1998, what is the profit percentage? Profit percentage is 65%. So therefore, you can say that expenditure is always 100%, profit earned is 65%, therefore total income was 165%. You can say the total income was 165%. Now they have given the actual value, that is total income earned is 264 crores. So that means you can equate this. So 165% value is equals to 264 crores. Then what was the expenditure? Expenditure is what? 100%. So what is the value of 100%? So basically cross multiply now. 264 into 100 divided by 165. So 5 2s are 10, 20, 5 3s are 15, 5 3s are 15, 11 3 times, 11 2s are 22, 11 4 times is 44, 3 1 times, 3 8s are 24, 20 into 8 is 160. So it is in terms of crores. So the answer will be option C, 160 crores. A sum of money amounts to rupees 6690 after 3 years and rupees 10,035 after 6 years on compound interest. The sum is. So third year amount is given, which is 6,690, and sixth year amount is given, which is 10,035. So remember, in case of compound interest, in this case, the ratio between the third year amount and sixth year amount is equals to the ratio between the principal and the third year amount. Okay, why? Because the time gap is same. Here the time gap is 3 years. Here also the time gap is 3 years. So always remember, in compound interest, if the time gap is same, then the ratio is also equal. Okay, if the time gap is same, then the ratio will be equal. That means, see, suppose if they had given fourth year amount and sixth year amount, so you should know that the ratio between fourth year amount and sixth year amount will be equals to the ratio between second year amount and fourth year amount. Why? Because here also the time gap is 2 years, or otherwise you can even say it is equals to the ratio between the principal amount and the second year amount also, because here also the gap is 2 years. Okay, so this you should remember in the case of compound interest. So since they have given third year amount and sixth year amount, you find the ratio of it. Ratio of this will be what? If you cancel by 5, 5 1 times, 5 3s are 15, 5 3s are 15, and 5 8s are 40. So this will be 5 2s are 10, 0 0 7. You can cancel by 3, 3 4s are 12, 3 4s are 12, 3 6 are 18, 3 6 are 18, 3 6 are 18, 3 9s are 27. Okay, I think further you cannot divide this. So now you got the ratio between principal and third year amount. This will be 446 unit and 669 unit. Now you have to find the principal value, right? So you know the actual amount in 3 years. So actual amount is what? 6690 after 3 years. So that means this 669 unit is equals to 6690. Therefore 1 unit value is equals to 10. 6690 divided by 669, which is 10. Hence principal is 446 unit. Therefore 446 unit will be what? Which is 446 into 10, 4460 rupees. So the sum is option A, rupees 4460. In what ratio must water be mixed with milk to gain 20% by selling the mixture at cost price? If you get a similar kind of a questions in your exam, then it's just a one-step method. What you have to do here is convert this percentage into a fractional value. That is 20% means 20 upon 100, which is 1 by 5. So therefore, here 1 unit will be the water and 5 unit will be the milk. So water and milk ratio will be 1:5. The answer here is 1:5. Okay. Suppose if they are given 25%, then 25% in terms of fraction will be 25 upon 100, which is 1 by 4. So therefore, water and milk ratio will be 1:4. That's it. Suppose if you want to understand with the concept, okay, listen carefully if you want to understand the concept here. Let us say a milkman has 10 liters of milk, okay, and 1 liter is equals to 10 rupees. Therefore, 10 liter is equals to how much? 100 rupees. So this is the cost price of the milk for the milkman. This is the actual cost price, correct? Actual cost price is 100 rupees. Now, if you want to earn 20% profit over this cost price, if he wants to earn 20% profit over this cost price, then what has to be his selling price? His selling price should be what? 20% of 100 is how much? 20 rupees. So therefore, selling price should be 120 rupees. Okay. So this is cost price. Always remember, cost price will always be 100%. Profit earned is 20%. So 100% plus 20%, selling price will become 120% of cost price always. Okay. Now, what actually milkman is doing here? Milkman is mixing the water. Okay. He is mixing the water and he is telling his customers that he is selling it at the cost price only, which means, see, 10-liter milk he has, but what actually he does here is, let us say that suppose if he add 2 liters of water to the mixture, the total quantity should remain 10 liters. Therefore, milk will be how much? 8 liters. See, he'll maintain this total quantity as 10 liters, but here 2 liters of water is added and only 8 liters of milk is there. But what he is telling to his customers, he is selling it at the cost price. That means this 10 liter, he is selling it at his cost price, which means 100 rupees. Okay. But actually, what is the cost price for him? Actual cost price is only 80 rupees because only 8 liters of milk he is selling. Okay. So he's fooling his customers there, that he's telling that he is selling it at 100 rupees, which is his actual cost price. But he's earning some 20 rupees profit here on 80 rupees. So 20 upon 80, which means 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 100 is how much? 25%. So in this scenario, in this case, he is earning 25% profit. By adding 2 liters of water, he is earning 25% profit. Now, according to the question, if he has to gain 20%, if he has to gain 20% by adding the water, then in what ratio water and milk has to be there in the mixture? Okay, in what ratio it has to be? Now, how to find this? You understood the case, right? So you know that he is telling the customer that he is selling it at 100 rupees, but that is not his actual cost price. So 100 rupees is his selling price. Okay, but actual cost price is different. When water is mixed, 100 rupees, what he is selling, it is not his actual cost price. It is the selling price, but actual cost price is different. You came to know, right? So 20% profit he is earning means, so selling price, so cost price will always be 100%, selling price will become 120%. So you'll get the cost price now. How? 120% value is 100. Therefore, 100% value will become how much? 100% value will become cross multiply 100 into 100 divided by 120. So 25 times, 26 times. So which is 500 upon 6. So the actual cost price is 500 upon 6. So this is the quantity of milk you can say. Okay, quantity of milk you can say. Now how to find the quantity of water? So total value is how much? 100. Total selling price is 100. So from this 100, if you subtract 500 by 6, you will get the quantity of water. So that is 100 upon 1 here. So LCM is 6. 6 into 100 is 600. 600 minus 500 divided by 6, which is 100 upon 6. So water quantity you can say it is 100 upon 6. Milk quantity is 500 upon 6. If you take the ratio, 6 and 6 will get cancelled, 0 zeros will get cancelled. So water and milk ratio is 1:5. So you go like this. Of course, it's lengthy, and sometimes since if you are a beginner, you might feel it little difficult to understand, but this all comes by the practice. Okay, if you know this concept, then only you can use this shortcut. Okay, if you understand this concept, then only you can use this shortcut. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to remember this and keep. If this kind of a question comes, so this is our answer. Okay, usually the question will be easy. Okay, so by this thing only you can mark. You no need to solve. They don't give a difficult questions for you. They'll always give some easy level questions only. Okay, so just be smart while picking your answers. Clear? In a 100-meter race, A runs at 8 km per hour. If A gives B a start of 4 meter and still beats him by 15 seconds, what is the speed of B? So let's understand here. It's a 100-meter race. Okay, so that means distance covered by A. A runs at 8 km per hour. So distance covered is how much? 100 meters. That is distance covered by A is 100 meter and speed of A is given, which is 8 km per hour. And A gives B a start of 4 meter, which means B is 4 meter, standing 4 meter ahead of A. That means what? B has to cover only 96 meters. Distance covered by B will be 96 meters. So then what is given? Still A beats B by 15 seconds. Okay. Even after giving 4 meters start to B, A still beats B by 15 seconds, which means what? B still requires 15 seconds more than A to cover 96 meters. Okay, B requires 15 seconds more than A to cover this 96 meter by the time A reach 100 meters. Okay, that is the meaning of this. Now, what is the speed of B? You have to find. Okay, so here what is given? Distance covered by A is given and speed of A is given. By this you can find what is time taken by A, right? So time taken is what? Time is nothing but distance over speed, correct? So distance is 100 meters, speed is 8 km per hour. What you have to do? You have to convert the speed into meter per second because distance is given in meters, right? So if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, what you have to do? You have to multiply by 5 upon 18. Okay, so 8 into 5 by 18, which is 40 by 18. So therefore, time taken by A will be what? Distance, which is 100 divided by speed, that is 40 upon 18. So which is nothing but 100 divided by 40 into 18. So 22 times 25 is 2 1 times 2 9 is 9 5 is 45 seconds. So that means what? A takes 45 seconds to cover 100 meter. But what they told, he still beats B by 15 seconds, which means B takes 15 minutes more to cover what? To cover 96 meters. So time taken by B will be what? 45 plus 15, which is 60 seconds. So you got the time taken by B to cover 96 meters, which is 60 seconds. And you know the distance is 96. So therefore you can find the speed of B, which is distance over time, 96 divided by 60. But this is in this speed you will get in meter per second. In order to convert it into kilometer per hour, just multiply the reverse of this, that is 18 by 5. Okay, remember, kilometer per hour to meter per second multiply by 5 by 18, meter per second to kilometer per hour multiply by 18 by 5. So now 12 5s are 60, 12 8s are 96, 18 into 8 is 144, 144 divided by 25, 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, then 5 8s are 40, 5 8s are 40, so 28.8 divided by 5 again, 5 5s are 25, 38, 5 7s are 35, then 5 6 is 30. So 5.76 kilometer per hour is the answer. Option D. So here you have to solve 12 into 8 divided by 16 minus 4 plus 6, but condition is given. So into stands for addition, so this will become 12 plus 8. Divide means it is multiply, so 8 into 16. Minus means it stands for division, 16 divided by 4, and plus stands for subtraction, minus 6 equals to x. So first 12 plus 8 into 16 upon 4 is 4, minus 6 is equals to x. Then 12, 8 fours are 32, so plus 32 minus 6 is equals to x. 12 plus 32 is 44, minus 6 is equals to x. Therefore x value is 38. Option C. If you found this session helpful, make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends who are also preparing for this exam. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.